Welcome back guys. In this video I'll be testing Borderlands 4 on my Rog Ally that comes with Windows 11 Radeon 780M GPU. The game was released just yesterday, selling for around $70 on Steam Store. In India it's priced at around rupees 4000. You can get it at a slightly cheaper price from Greenman Gaming, around rupees 3400. It's an action role-playing first-person looter-shooter game that features comic book style art style. Some people call it cel-shaded, whereas the developers call it inked. The game's story can be played in solo or co-op mode with 3 other players. It features a big open area for us to explore. We can use vehicles to traverse the game world. Our character is equipped with a grappling hook, which makes it easier for us to cover long distances. The game officially supports FSR 3.1 and XeSS version 2 upscalers. It even supports FSR 3.1 FrameGen. Unfortunately, Upscaler is not decoupled from FSR FrameGen, so we cannot combine XeSS Upscaler with FSR FrameGen. Both of these upscalers produce some graphical artifacts. I'll highlight them in the later part of the video. In-game FSR frame generation comes with its own graphical artifacts. I'll be using Optiscaler mod to enable XeSS FrameGen. The game supports DLSS frame generation and Streamline version 2.7, so I'll use DLSSG via Streamline as the frame generation source in Optiscaler mod. This way we won't be required to deal with hotfix when using XeSS FrameGen. XeSS low latency mode will also work. XeSS FrameGen's latency is slower than that of in-game FSR FrameGen. I played the game for about 1.5 hours on Rog Ally. FPS stayed within a range of 30 to 35 in the big open areas. This is with the game running on low settings, 720p resolution, XeSS Upscaler set to quality mode. The game uses Unreal Engine 5, but the game did not exhibit any excessive stuttering, which is very surprising, as Unreal Engine 5 games are notorious for exhibiting traversal stutters. In the later areas, in-game FPS may drop into the mid-20s. If that happens, just drop the Upscaler's preset to either balance or performance. This will reduce the GPU load, improve the performance at the cost of image quality. The game comes with very high system requirements. Developers have recommended RTX 2070 GPU under the minimum system requirements. Requires 8 CPU cores for the processor, 8 GB of physical memory for the GPU. I'll be very honest, the game's performance is not justified considering how the game looks on low and medium settings. First, I'll show you the base game performance. Run the game without any mods installed. Adrenaline settings for the game: FreeSync, FreeSync, anti-lag settings enable. I have set the UMA buffer size to 6 GB. My Ally is running on BIOS version 3.42. Install Ally's latest official GPU driver that added support for Battlefield 6. Using a 28 watts manual profile, all 3 power values set at 28 watts. 720p resolution, CPU boost disable. Connected my FlyDigi Vader 4 Pro controller to Ally via Bluetooth mode, X input controller. I'll be using RTSS and Afterburner to show you the performance metrics. Just open RTSS, click on setup, scroll down to the end. Make sure enable frame rate limiter and inject NVIDIA reflex latency marker settings are disabled. Enable use Microsoft D2's API hooking setting. Now RTSS should not affect the functioning of Optiscaler mod. Launch the game. Here there is a character. I am playing as Rafa, who is a human belonging to Exo Soldier class. Show you the in-game settings. Visuals basic. Display mode set to windowed full screen, required for using XeSS FrameGen. 720p resolution. No FPS cap applied. VSync disabled. Using the low graphics preset. Upscaling method. First, I'll run the game using FSR 3.1 Upscaler using its quality preset. Frame generation disabled. Yeah, we have access to FSR FrameGen. These are the settings that come with the low preset. Isotopic filtering set to 8 times. Post processing settings set to low. Motion blur amount nil. Motion blur quality off. Apply. I skip the prologue. Unlock the game world. Big open area in front of me. NPCs roaming around. FPS here is close to 35. Hitting the GPU bottleneck. I'll just highlight a few graphical artifacts caused by FSR Upscaler. Activate in downsides. Okay, just observe the ground in the background. Just move around in left and right direction. You can see grass here producing that ugly shimmering effect. In the image quality it's not stable at all. See, I'm not observing any ghosting around the iron sides. XeSS Upscaler is going XeSS Upscaler is going to cause this ghosting which I'm talking about. Very ugly shimmering. Okay, I'll just switch to XeSS Upscaler now. Upscaling method set to XeSS. This is version 2. Resume the game from the same spot. FPS is close to 36. Now just observe the ground in the background. I'll move in left and right directions. That shimmering effect has been reduced considerably. You'll barely notice it on Rog Ally's small display, but just observe the iron sides of a weapon. Some ghosting is produced. See, during fast visual motion around here. FSR Upscaler was not causing this ghosting effect, so pick your poison. I'll stick with XeSS. I don't want the game world to look pixelated during motion. Okay, I'll just engage in combat now. Take out these creatures. FPS it's variable, 30 to 40. Oh, this thing is quick. Again, just use my special ability, my skill. Vignette effect appears around the left and right edges of the display. Just observe this HUD element. It's exhibiting some ghosting. I have not enabled frame generation yet. In-game effect. When I enable FSR frame generation, very ugly screen tearing like effect will be produced around the edges of the display. I'll enable FSR frame gen, show you the artifact. Go back to FSR Upscaler. This way you'll be able to enable FSR frame gen on. Back to the game. Your FPS increased to around 63. Can observe the added amount of smoothness. Just observe a character's shadow moving in left and right direction. You can see the shadow is looking a bit blurry. FSR frame generation related graphical artifact. Latency, yeah, it's noticeable. See the input delay. Game does not support anti-lag too. You can enable it via Optiscaler mod, but not without the mod. Finding it difficult to trace a circle. Okay, I'll just use my skill. Just observe the left and right edges of the display. You'll observe a screen tearing like effect when I move the camera around. See? And the game's HUD element, it's exhibiting very aggressive ghosting. Would not recommend using the in-game FSR frame generation. Now I'll show you how to install Optiscaler mod. We'll be using the latest test build of Optiscaler version 0.9 preview 3 20250911 available on their Discord server. I'll give the link to it in the description of the video. Just click on the .7g link here. Open Optiscaler's archive file. Copy the highlighted files optiscaler.ini, optiscaler.dll, XeSS framegen.dll file, DXLAN version of XeSS not required, XeSS super resolution DLL, XeSS low latency mode DLL, fake NV API.ini, fake NV API.dll. Fake NV API will replace the in-game reflex implementation with XeSS low latency mode. Newcomb 9 mod not required. Vulkan version of Fidelity FX not required. Select all of the txt Fidelity FX files. Copy. Need to paste them in the game's install directory. Select the game in your Steam library. Right click, manage. Click on browse local files. Open Ingame folder, binaries folder, Win64 folder. Paste everything here. This directory already has Fidelity FX TSTL file. Replace it. Just need to change the name of optiscaler.dll file to txgi.dll. Rename. That's it, the mod has been installed. launch the game. Game internal settings, just disable anti-lag, FreeSync still enable. Using the same settings as before. Windowed full screen mode, 720p resolution, VSync off. No FPS cap applied, low graphics preset. Just set the upscaler to DLSS. Using its quality preset, mod will replace DLSS with either XeSS or FSR. Reflex on. Jump into the game. Load the same sequence. Open Optiscaler menu by pressing the insert keyboard key. I'll just increase the menu size. Click on the drop down bar next to menu UI scale. Set the value to 1.2. From this drop down bar you can change the upscaler. I am using XeSS version 2.0.2 input. In-game DLSS upscaler. TXGI spoofing, it's on. Auto Explorer setting is on. Frame generation disable for the timing. I'll just enable Optiscaler's FPS overlay. Expand FPS overlay section. Check the setting, FPS overlay enabled. Select full plus graph. Save and close. I'll play the game without frame gen for a brief moment. The FPS is staying close to 34. Oh my god, this thing. Use my skill. Fast paced action in this game. Just die already. I don't want to die. Store my health. Yeah, 30 to 34 FPS. Keep wasting my time reloading my gun. Use a different weapon. Need to unlock a more powerful weapon. Okay, before I die, I'll show you how to enable XeSS frame gen. Just open the mod menu, click on the drop down bar next to FG source and select DLSSG via Streamline as the option. Click on the drop down bar next to FG output and select XeFG as the option. Click on save and close. Restart the game. Play. After restarting the game, just open advanced graphics settings. From here you need to enable DLSS frame generation setting, upscaler DLSS on, apply. Level loaded up. Just open Optiscaler menu. Check the setting active under frame generation XeFG. Here the frame pacing graph will become thick like this. Current streamline FG state on. Check the debug view. You will see these purple sidebars flickering. If XeFG is not working, the sidebars won't appear at all. I'll use XeSS Inspector app to verify the status of XeSS features. Debug view disabled. Minimize the game. Run Inspector app. Click on show all processes. Look for Borderlands 4, the game which is running in the background. There it is. Double click. XeSS frame gen, context 1 running. XeSS low latency mode, context 1. Low latency mode is on. You can see the valid frames on the graph. All good here. Back to the game. I'll just move in left and right directions. Just observe our character shadow. It's not going to look blurry with XeSS frame gen enabled. FSR frame generation latent graphical artifact. Game's HUD elements, they are not flickering. The crosshair, it's not flickering. Some ghosting around the iron sides caused by XeSS upscaler. XeSS frame gen does not make this ghosting effect more aggressive. Okay, I'll engage in combat. Just use my skill. Press the L1 key. No tearing effect is produced around the left and right edges of the display. Minor ghosting around this HUD element. This ghosting effect was present even without frame generation. Something is attacking me from behind. This thing. Use the melee attack. Okay, cleared the area. Okay, check out the real world input delay. XeSS frame gen's latency is lower than that of in-game FSR frame gen. See? Also observing that ghosting. Okay, I'll just complete my objective. Infiltrate repo cam. Need to take out this guy. Reading this cam. I've already cleared the area and jump across the gap. There's the guy coming straight towards me. Stay away from me. I'm just shooting at its head. Run away. There he is. Oh no, what happened? My HP just disappeared. I'm just running away from him. Oh, he's right behind me. My shield got regenerated. This guy is stuck here. What happened? I went flying. I think it was due to the hammer. Just die already. Use my grappling hook. Drop down, going back to the arena. And this is the right way. There they are, waiting for me. Making use of the range. I'll just jump in. We'll see what happens. Yeah, killed him. There you go. Borderlands 4 running on Rog Ally. Very impressive results produced by XeSS frame generation. That's it for the video guys. I hope you found it useful. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.